Hi, we're in volume 10 of the Bible story by Arthur S Maxwell. And I am in this book, part 3, story 6, Love's Knitting. Okay? Okay. When Paul began to write to the new Christians in Colossae, he didn't get very far before he was back on the subject of love. To him, nothing was more that uh, important than that the fathers than that the followers of Jesus should love one another. First, he told them how pleased he was to hear their faith and love, but he went on to say that he wanted them to become more loving still. He was praying for them every day, he said, that they might lead a life worthy of the Lord, fully pleasing to him, bearing fruit in every good work, and increasing in the knowledge of God. It was a special desire. It was his special desire, he added, that their hearts might be knitted together in love. The original word has the thought of bringing together, close together, as when one knots two pieces of string, or knitting two pieces of wool, or welding two pieces of iron. Let me turn. And that's exactly what love does. It brings people together. Fathers, mothers, parents and children, brothers and sisters, and new friends and old. It does not, it does the best kind of knitting. People knit by love, stay together always. Yeah. Further on in his letter to the Colossians, Paul come back to the same sweet thought. He urged them to such put off such unloving things as anger, wrath, malice, slander, and foul talk, and to put off and on putting on compassion, kindness, lowliness, meekness, and patient, forbearing one another, and then it's got the pause, forgiving each other. Then he added, above all these, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. And let the peace of Christ rule your hearts. And then another pause. And whatever you do in word or deed, do everything in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God and giving thanks to God the Father through him. There he will Here he was back to the knitting again. The knitting power of the love of Christ. It seemed, if things seem to be going to pieces around your home someday, if people are quarreling and saying unkind things to one another, you make sure it is it is time for someone to start knitting. Not with needles or a ball of wool, but with the tender, gracious, forgiving love of Jesus. I hope you'll be the one that does that, be the one to do it. And This is a very, very short story. Then it has a big illustration. Has the representation of Jesus with him knitting with the two stick knitting, crochet knitting with a church on it, and then a ball of yarn with kids in it. And I'll show you this. And it's a full page. You've got him, the representation of Jesus knitting the church together, and then the ball of yarn with the kids in it. I know, creepy looking. Okay, well that is the story of part 3, story 6. I'll be back in just in a minute.